Hello, Math 7. How you guys doing? Mr. Bulger here, coming to you live with a brand new chapter, chapter 12. And this is really the beginning of algebra. So this is setting you guys up for next year. We're going to put geometry and probability statistics off to the side, and we're going to dive right into algebra, which has a lot to do with both variables and expressions. So we're going to see both of these a lot in the coming chapter, coming weeks, probably through the end of the year, if my memory serves correctly. This is a big deal. Please, please, please make sure you understand this lesson. If you don't, guys, ask questions, because this is the foundation stone for everything we have moving forward. All right, enough talk. Let's start doing this. Okay, so first off, some definitions. Variables. We've seen variables before, and these are just a letter used to represent a number. Sometimes we don't know what that number is, and we need to solve for it, but variables are what we're going to use. We'll see these as x most often, sometimes n, p, q, r, y, whatever. All sorts of different examples. Another thing that we'll have is constant. These are just numbers. These are numbers that don't have any variables attached or multiplied to them. These are usually at the end of our expressions. I'll show you what I mean going on. So in this, we have a constant, 4. 4 is always going to be 4. No matter what, 4 is not going to change. It doesn't matter what x is, 4 is going to stay 4. That's why we call it constant. So we have 4 plus x. This is an example of an expression. An expression is just a mathematical statement with an operation. 4 plus x. And again, we have our constant and variable. Like I said, this is an algebraic expression. Here's the definition of that. This is a mathematical expression with at least one variable. So 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 minus 3 is not an algebraic expression because there's no variable there. Okay, another example would be x minus 3 or 3y plus 15. Again, just a reminder that any number directly next to a variable implies multiplication. So this is 3 times y plus 15. Okay. Like I said earlier, this would not, 4 plus 5 is not an expression because it's not algebraic. Yeah, you could still add, but that's just addition. We don't call that an expression. We need that variable in order to make it an expression. Okay. In expressions, a constant which is next to a variable implies multiplication. Boom, that's what I'm talking about right here. These guys are called coefficients. Coefficients. You've heard me talk about coefficients before, so this is a coefficient here. Here's some more. If you need it spelled out, there it is right there. 7x means 7 times x. I should say 7 times x. Okay. In this case, the 7 is the coefficient and the x is the variable, of course. Now, what you're going to be asked is to write mathematical expressions for word phrases. Okay, this can get confusing, so I want to break it down for us. Okay, first, Reggie is 7 inches taller than his sister Jill. Write an expression for Reggie's height. Now, we don't actually know what Jill's height is, nor do we know what Reggie's height is. What do we do for a number when we don't know exactly what it is? We give it a variable. So we're going to say Jill plus 7. Reggie's height, right? We could even say Reggie's height equals Jill plus 7. What I want, though, is this. Just this. This is the expression. So you could just give me the expressions. When you, including the addition sign, or I'm sorry, that's the equal sign, makes it an equation. And we'll get to equations. We're not there quite yet, so don't worry about it today. I'm not sure if we're going to get to that tomorrow, but we'll get there soon enough, okay? I've got just a couple more examples. This first one, Mandy has 6 more books than Jeff. Okay, another thing to notice is more. In the other example, Reggie was taller, so we know that we were going to be adding. In this case, Mandy has 6 more than Jeff. So again, it's going to be addition. Mandy would be Jeff plus 6. Doesn't really matter in this case if you use a lowercase j or an uppercase j. I mean, honestly, you could even put x plus 6. X, meaning the amount of books that Jeff has. We're just starting at the basics. And so, like I said, you could choose any letter as long as it kind of makes sense. If you chose M plus 6, that wouldn't really make sense because M might imply Mandy. So just make sure it's clear. If off to the side you want to put, J equals books owned by Jeff. That's fine. Okay. Last one. Jeff has 8 books. So again, we're going to use the same expression, but we're going to substitute or plug in. So whenever you hear substitute, that just means we're going to take this and we're going to switch it for the variable. So Mandy has 6 more than Jeff. Jeff has 8. So we're going to substitute 8 books in for our variable. Find out that Mandy has 14 books. Mr. Bulger has a lot more books than Mandy. But I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, comment on the video. Email me. Otherwise, I'll just assume that you guys are doing fine. Miss you all. Hope you're all doing really well. And if I don't hear from you, know that I love you. Bye.